If you ever encounter domestic violence, workplace violence, road rage, please do not flirt with them, do not entertain them. They escalate very fast and can cost you your freedom and can cost you your life. So please do not flirt with road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence. Yo, what's good? I want to thank you for giving me your time and clicking on my video. I really appreciate it. The whole goal with Phoenix Trucrime is to bring awareness to road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence. It's easy for me to say, don't get involved in road rage, don't get involved in domestic violence, don't get involved in workplace violence. But the sad reality is, have you ever experienced any of those things, road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence, and like you're really experiencing one of those things, it's very hard to make, a critical decision, the right decision when you're experiencing. I'm gonna give you an example for road rage. If somebody's ever cut you off or you accidentally cut somebody off, you're gonna wanna tell them to pull over. That's how you feel. You feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna rip this person's head off because they cut me off. Or you accidentally cut them off and now they're telling you to pull over. And that's where a lot of people go wrong in road rage, man. They start telling people to pull over. They meet each other at the light and they're pulling out weapons, and it's just sad because time and time again, just like the story right here, I'm about to tell you this quick story about Alyssa Leonard. She lost her life because somebody lost their cool. Somebody had a weapon laying around, and that person lost their cool. That person being Kwame Wilson. Kwame Wilson's the suspect in this. Alyssa Leonard is the victim in this. So in the summer of 2023, Alyssa Leonard and her fiance were coming home. I believe it was the evening time. In the summer of 2023, they were about a minute away from their apartment complex when Kwame Wilson was speeding, and Kwame Wilson almost rear-ended Alyssa and her fiance. That's what police reports show. So Alyssa being the passenger, her fiance driving. Alyssa and her fiance, like I said, they're only like a minute away from their apartment complex. They make it to their apartment complex. Now, what's happening? Kwame Wilson just experienced, oh, I almost got in a wreck. He was speeding and he almost rear-ended Alyssa and her fiance in their vehicle. So he's experiencing, oh my God, I almost got in a wreck. Now he's having like a negative emotion overload. He's experiencing road rage. He's taking the situation personal is what he's doing. Literally, that's what he's doing. Instead of stopping and thinking, hey, you know what? I was speeding. I almost ran into this person. I shouldn't have followed him. But what did Kwame do? Kwame Wilson, he followed Alyssa and her fiance to their apartment complex, all the way to their parking at the apartment complex. So Alyssa and her fiance, they get off their vehicle. Kwame is right behind them in his vehicle. He gets off and he immediately shoots Alyssa. Boom, 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 and shoots her fiance. Boom, boom, boom. Alyssa's fiance survived. Alyssa did not survive. Okay, so Kwame leaves. Alyssa and her fiance are there bleeding right there in the parking lot. And Kwame leaves. Kwame is caught. Kwame Wilson's caught a few days later. He's caught, right? And police reports show that Kwame Wilson told the police, yeah, he did follow them, and that when Alyssa and her fiance got out the vehicle, he thought that they were gonna be armed with the weapon, so that's why he shot and killed Alyssa and her fiance. But what Kwame was really experiencing, he just was experiencing a negative emotion overload, and there was a weapon around, and this is just a sad example of what happens when you don't use critical thinking and you let your emotions get the best of you. And not just Kwame, but thousands of people worldwide, just like Kwame Wilson, have lost their cool, have pulled out weapons, not just guns, but bats, knives, and took their anger and frustration out on somebody. But like Kwame Wilson was in the wrong. He let his emotions get the best of him. There was a weapon in his vehicle. He grabbed that weapon, and he didn't have the right to kill Alyssa and wound her fiance and shoot her fiance. He didn't have the right to do that. They could have had a talk, a little argument, and then let it be. No, but Kwame let his emotions get the best of him, and he lacked critical thinking. Like not just him, but thousands of people fell victim to the lack of not using critical thinking and making the wrong choices. So Kwame Wilson now has to spend a good part of his life in prison, if not his whole life, right? And now Alyssa is gone, her fiance wounded, and Alyssa has a daughter. So in 2023, her daughter was 10 years old. So now in December of 2024, her daughter's about 11 or 12. Alyssa is survived by her daughter and her mother and her fiance, right? And it's just a sense, the whole gist. This is just one story of the senseless killings that I see in Phoenix, Arizona, and surrounding cities. You Google it yourself, YouTube it yourself, you'll see road rage killing, road rage killing, road rage shooting in the city of Phoenix, man. And it doesn't get enough publicity. There's not enough information that gets to the public to tell the public, hey, practice emotional fitness, practice critical thinking. So when things go bad, you can make, good choices. And road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence, it affects doctors, it affects policemen, it affects everybody, man. Everyday people like me, everyday people like you. It affects every tax bracket. Everybody's subject to get involved in or experience workplace violence, domestic violence, road rage. Everybody's subject to it, man. You see it on the news all the time. So I'm just trying to tell people, let's try to make ourselves better mentally, emotionally, physically. So when we do encounter these situations, maybe you catch your girlfriend texting somebody else and, she's only human. Or your boyfriend, vice versa. You guys are only human. That doesn't mean stab the other person or hurt the other person. Yeah, you're going to want to cry and get upset and probably tell that person you want your space. But, some people can't handle that. Some people catch their significant other texting somebody and they want to stab them and kill them and bury them, And my advice is we just need to practice critical thinking, man, because everything is good when everything's good, but let stuff go bad around you, let you get caught in a road rage situation or a domestic situation, then you're going to see what you're really made out of, and hopefully my videos can just point you in the right direction to tell you, man, it is not worth it to throw your life away over emotion. Because literally, Kwame Wilson was just experiencing a lot of negative emotion. He was unhinged, and he's only human, man. I'm nobody to judge. I'm nobody to judge him. I'm just reporting what he did, And it's just very sad and unfortunate for Alyssa, man. Her life was cut short. Time and time again, people's lives are cut short because people get emotion overload and grab weapons and make choices that change everybody's life completely involved in that situation. So if you support this channel, man, I'm just trying to get the word out, and I'm trying to bring stories like these are everyday stories. Kwame was an everyday person, Alyssa, everyday person, her fiance, an everyday person, regular people falling victim to this endless cycle of senselessness of what happens when you lose control of your emotion, when people lose control of their emotions, and people don't realize the dangers of road rage. If you ever get involved in road rage, my advice to you is don't follow nobody. Understand that you're going to feel pissed off. Understand you're going to feel frustrated, and you're going to want to feel like you want to rip the other person's head off if they, cut you off accidentally or you cut them off accidentally. And don't follow them. Do not follow them. And if they're following you, don't get caught at the light. Don't get caught at the stop sign, because when you get caught at the light, when somebody's following you in a road rage situation, or you get caught at the stop sign when somebody's following you in a road rage situation, people want to start flipping people off. People want to start pulling guns out. People want to start confronting each other. You're letting this negative emotion in these road rage situation get the best of you. Like I said, it's easy for me not to say don't get involved in road rage, but if you ever been involved in road rage, it's shit's really hard to control yourself. It's real hard to control yourself. And there's a lot of mature people that know how to control themselves, but time and time again, it shows that there's a lot of people that don't control themselves, who are adults, because they never experienced road rage. So all that negative emotion gets the best of them and they act out on it. So like I say, if you're ever following, don't follow nobody. If you ever experience road rage, understand what you're feeling. It's okay, but don't act on it. Okay, now if they're following you, don't get caught at the light. Make a right or make a left. Make a right or make a left on a convenience store or a store parking lot or a side street. But don't go to the light with the person if they're following you or telling you to pull over. Try to and keep driving. Drive away from them. When you hit the side street or when you hit the store parking lot or restaurant parking lot, keep driving. Get away from them because they don't realize the danger of road rage. They don't understand they're flirting with very negative, emotions. They have time and time again. You could Google and YouTube it, and see all the road rage shooting and road rage killing in Phoenix, Arizona, and surrounding cities. So I'm just trying to bring awareness, man. And let's work on ourselves. I'm nobody perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm just like you guys. I want better in life. I want better for myself and my family. And that's what I want. But I understand the dangers of, you know, road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence. I'm just tired of seeing people throw their lives away, man, over negative emotion overload. Because if they had real good critical thinking skills, they would be able to conquer those situations of road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence. Easier said than done, right? But like I said, if we all can practice critical thinking, you know, emotional fitness, mental gymnastics, so when we do encounter negative situations, we can make a critical thinking choice and make it be the right choice and not make our situation worse, okay? So I appreciate you for rocking with me. You know what to do if you like this video. And like I said, man, just be aware of the dangers and educate your family on the dangers of road rage, domestic violence, workplace violence, and to ignore them at all costs. And don't let our emotions get the best of us. Easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. But all I could do is try to impact, a person or two because I'm tired of seeing, time and time again, people make the wrong choice and throwing their lives away and hurting people in the process, okay? So don't be one of them and just try to make ourselves better. If you're rocking with me, you know what to do. I'm out of here. Please understand, if you entertain or flirt with road rage, workplace violence, domestic violence, it may cost you your freedom and it may cost you your life. Road rage, domestic violence, and workplace violence are way more dangerous than they appear. So please control your anger and control your emotions. Be safe.